Hello. I recently seen a video. It was Andy from Elemental Encounters, and he has a capture which is kind of puzzling. It was not a photograph capture, but a video capture, and you know he's looking for feedback on that, which is good. But very often feedback from people that are interested in the paranormal and people that are in the paranormal, it's an opinion. At the end of the day, with the paranormal, and it just shows how frustrating and difficult the paranormal can be, because the paranormal is not normal. Yet, a lot of it is it's complete mystery. There's no yes and no, right and wrong. And he has this video capture. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see that. I wrote a pretty large comment. He was looking for feedback, and when I feedback on somebody's video, I normally write a book. So, I'm going to go through what I just said to him. And I'm going to, I start off with my own experience of a frustrated photograph that I had, where I had no answer to it. It was bugging the hell out of me, and it was in 2010, way before I was interested in the paranormal. And this particular photograph, it wasn't to do with the paranormal. It was only my mother that asked me to zoom in on the photograph and examine the whole photograph that I found what I did find. Now, I can't release that photograph because it will cause an uproar in my country. I just cannot release the photograph. I have to keep it to myself because I don't want any backlash from it, But anyway, what I wrote was, I remember I took a picture in 2010 or thereabouts and captured something that had me puzzled for years. Then a few years ago, I was doing a photography course and thought this was a good opportunity to get a camera expert to have a look at this. She wasn't able to tell me what it was, but she was able to tell me what it wasn't. Going into great detail about reflection, shadows, light, and how it all works. She was frustrated and amazed at the same time, and was excited to see the photograph, but she will be frustrated for a long time to come because she couldn't explain it. The reason I'm telling you this is because we can put all our findings out there for people to have opinions on, but this is all it is. There are people who want to be paranormal experts and try coming across as that on the internet. And as you know, there is no paranormal experts as a whole, just people who, with a lot of experience in the unknown. And the unknown is the important word in that. An ideal paranormal team would have experts in audio and visuals, but that's not easy to find. But maybe someday in the future you run into a few people like this, which can be of some help with puzzles like this. So I would keep these ready for when that opportunity arises. They may not be into the paranormal, but in a way that's even better because they will focus on their visual aspect without jumping down the paranormal route. My own opinion, and that's all it will be. It is an opinion. I'm puzzled as much as a lot of people here. The last few months I have been using night vision and IR lights a lot, and I find that the IR light seems to reflect off any surface that has any bit of shine on it, like flies' wings and bodies, and possibly even the tiny hairs on that insect. If you had night vision in an open field, there would be nothing to see. There would be nothing for the IR light to reflect off. Therefore, you will see nothing. In a room, it will reflect off the floors and walls back to the camera for the camera to see. If an insect went over the lens, I'm guessing the light reflecting back to the camera lens would cause some reflection off the lens of the camera, therefore reflect off the insect on front of the camera and lighting up the insect instead of the blackness that we've seen in the footage here. But I'm just assuming without being an expert on cameras and visuals. To be honest, what you have captured seems rather odd. It goes to show that the paranormal is extremely difficult to understand, because yes, we can find out from experts in the camera and visual fields and in the audio field, I suppose, what a capture isn't, but don't very often get an answer for what it actually is. Yeah, that's the thing. Very often, we know YouTube by now, there's loads and loads of people, and they'll say, I captured an orb, I captured a spirit, I captured this, I captured that, and the paranormal label goes on to it and that. But Andy isn't doing this in this case. He's asking for a feedback on that, and that is good, and that's what we should be doing. Can we put a paranormal label on a lot of things? A lot of things we can't actually, and very often it's left unexplained. And that's the way a lot of it sort of should be, because we may go down avenues to try and find out what it isn't, but we may have not discovered things that we could have. It's a difficult one. We can't put a paranormal label on something unless every single avenue is looked into. But what we may think as every single avenue, the other question is that every single avenue? It's a difficult one, but it was a very kind of, it was a strange capture. I'll leave a link in the description to that little clip there he took out of his video for people to see and people to get a conversation going, sort of thing. At the end of the day, will this kind of conversation unravel any of it? It's very, very difficult, because the paranormal is extremely difficult, because sometimes we don't know what we're looking for. We don't have a visual of what the paranormal is. Very often we have assumptions. Us in ITC, we have people that believe in a spirit team and talking to the spirits of dead people and stuff like that. If that's their experience and if that's where their evidence brings them, yeah, fair enough. But I can't go on that bandwagon, because I have no evidence to show that. If I do a spirit box session, I've done spirit box sessions, I've done loads of them. I very often get replies, I'm dead, I was murdered. There is some evidence to say that they're possibly spirits of dead people, but not enough for me, if you know what I mean. So, and in the beginning, I made assumptions. But now when I do a spirit box session, I do say, if you're here, can you say the word spirit? Very often the word spirit doesn't come up on the radio, and that's why I ask, and I'm looking for an immediate response to that. But I'm not assuming that they're spirits of dead people. I just don't know. I don't have enough evidence to say what's communicating to me on the radio is the spirit of a dead person, so I'm not going to assume anymore. People say, are you turning kind of skeptic? Do you still believe in the paranormal? I'm a lot more skeptic than I was. I do believe in the paranormal. I've had paranormal experiences. I've done paranormal investigations. I know that the paranormal is out there, but I may come across more skeptic now. And the reason for that is what I believed before was other people's beliefs. I was jumping on their bandwagon. I was making assumptions that they are right. But I haven't discovered my right. I haven't discovered. Yes, I can have beliefs. I can have beliefs and I can have an opinion. But I can't fully call out to spirits of dead people if I don't have enough evidence to prove that I'm talking to dead people, if you know what I mean. So that's why I come across skeptics. I keep an open mind until I grow in the paranormal journey and I find out more about it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go. I just thought I would share that, what I just wrote there now. It might be a lesson to somebody, I don't know. Just thought I would share it. But I'll talk to you real soon.